Now when we start looking at the Chrysler, Fiat Chrysler case, and again, while we're redoing the case, we're really looking at the multiples in the case, emphasizing this. Now we're going to start thinking about, well, there's also growth, but also we have to expect that the margins that the firm is earning, okay, is basically effectively its return on invested capital, are also going to have an impact on what the right EBITDA or EBIT multiple is. So that's going to not just growth, but also what the EBITDA multiples are, is related to the relationship return on invested capital versus the weighted average cost of capital. Okay. All right. Now, we also asked this question, which was for us to look at from the case. Can you use what we've talked about to make sense about why industries with higher return on invested capital trade at higher enterprise value to EBITDA multiples? Well, basically, we talk about return on invested capital, okay, versus weighted average cost of capital. And so basically would assume that firms that have a high return on invested capital, that in fact that's going to be greater than the weighted average cost of capital. Okay, we'll make that sort of blanket assessment. And so if we look at all of these are return on invested capital, and then we go over here to the enterprise value, EBIT, multiples for different industries. Well, okay, mainstream OEMs have the lowest return on invested capital. They also have the lowest multiples. Okay, oil and gas have the next, well, they're next here. Okay, telecommunications, building materials, telecommunications, okay, building materials, okay, aerospace and defense, but that sort of doesn't work on that, so that's a little bit questionable there, okay. But when we look at consumer retails, that's high, and pharma is pharma. So basically the ones that have the highest, okay, return on invested capital also in fact have the highest multiples. The ones with the lowest return on invested capital also have the lowest multiples. All right, so finishing up,